For the 2.5 decades I've been on this committee, we've brought the SEC forward to push them because they weren't writing regulations that law required them to write. I want to commend the SEC for beginning to deal with that backlog. I don't criticize them for working too hard. The Inflation Reduction Act reduced the federal deficit by $300 billion, partially ameliorating the inflationary effect of the Trump tax cut, which added $2 trillion to our deficit by cutting taxes for the wealthy and large corporations. And, of course, the Inflation Reduction Act provides tax cuts designed to reduce global warming. Got a lot of questions, got a lot of witnesses. They're designed to be yes or no. ESG investing is for those who want to contribute to society and to the improvement of the environment, which is kind of the exact opposite of giving money to Vladimir Putin. Mr. Diamond, back in March, Politico reported that you were going to mull over the possibility of removing Russia from your ESG fund suite. Has JPMorgan removed Russia from its ESG fund suite?
Probably.
Can you get back to us with a definitive answer on that, Mr. Diamond?
Happy to do it.
We clearly have sanctions on Russia and Belarus. There is a loophole in that sanctions that we don't have in our Iran or North Korea sanctions, and that is that the subsidiaries of U.S. corporations are not legally bound. My hope is that the institutions here wouldn't be exploiting that loophole. This House of Representatives in May passed my bill, the Russia and Belarus Financial Sanctions Act, which would block that loophole. Unfortunately, the Senate remains somewhat dysfunctional. So the question is, are you going to exploit that loophole? But I'll be more specific. Mr. Diamond, has JPMorgan cut its ties with Gazprom and Vitol?
So, first of all, I wouldn't call these loopholes. The American government, the Secretary of Treasury...
Please don't respond. I didn't ask you to respond to my editorialization. Just a specific question. Have you cut the ties to Gazprom and Vitol?
We are following the instructions of the American government as they asked us to do it.
So you are not...
I think they're doing
so the answer
a great
is,
job.
Mr. Diamond, it's a yes or no question. You have not cut your ties to Gazprom and Vitol. Do you continue to own a major stake in the Russian bank Sberbank?
No, we do not own a stake in Sberbank. I think that's in a
Thank
mutual
you.
fund somewhere. And we've materially cut out some of the
I hope you would
relationship with
cut all your
Gazprom.
ties to Gazprom and Vitol, and let me go on to Citigroup. Have you cut your ties with Lukoil and Vitol?
I just had one other thing. I don't think...
Not on my time, you can't.
No one is doing...
Reclaiming my time,
No
Mr.
one-
Time
Diamond.
belongs
Here
to
for
the
profit.
gentleman from California.
You can do a press conference afterwards and comment as you like. Not on my time. Have you cut your ties to Lukoil and Vitol?
Similar to Mr. Diamond, we have been working down our exposures in Russia.
So you have not
winding
cut
down.
your ties yet. Let's move on. A number of the banks here have said that you're going to cut investment in new coal-fired electric plants. I'll go down the question, though, is, are you going to finance crypto mining, which creates electricity that is then wasted in something that doesn't keep anybody's lights on, doesn't cook anybody's food? Let's go to those. Ms. Frazier, you going to be financing crypto mining?
I do not believe so.
Mr. Moynihan?
We do not have any.
Mr. Scharf?
I'm not aware of any financing like that.
Okay, finally, a capital markets question. We have limits on margin lending designed to protect the lender, and in this case, the lender is you, and you're systemically important to us. It's designed to protect the investor, but most importantly, it's designed to protect the capital markets. That's why in equity investments, we only allow one-to-one margin. But the total default swap is a loophole that allowed Arcos to get 9-to-1 margin. Can you commit now to follow the rule that we provide only one-to-one margin, or do you want to use loopholes to provide the 9-to-1 margin? I might add that with Arcos, the lenders lost well over $5 billion. Mr. Siri.
We have no relationship with that firm, and do not have.
Do you use credit default, these swaps to avoid the margin limit requirements?
Not that I'm aware of, sir.
I believe my time has expired.
Thank you very much.